Some of y'all have been planning for the last 3 and 4 years, trying to get everything just right. It ain't ever gonna be all totally right. You just gotta pull that trigger at some point. 566 US dollars. That's what they just paid. The client just got a place out here. This is in Gran San Pedro Cholula. This is in Northeast Merida. I don't know if you recall the video I shot the other day. I'm gonna link it down in the description below. I was riding through the neighborhood. I told you the family had a very tight budget they were trying to stay within. And I was riding around looking for rental signs and whatnot, because I knew in this area they can find a really nice deal. So they got a 3-bedroom house. I can't remember how many bathrooms. I think it was 2.5 or 3 bathrooms, but a 3-bedroom house, fairly large, pretty big space, and 11,500 pesos. It's very close to this park. They're building new homes right over there, across the way over there. And I don't know, you can see this sign right here, the other phase, and I pointed this out in the other video, starting at 2.1 million pesos for a new construction house. So that's right at about 100,000 US dollars, a couple of dollars over. But yeah, and like I say, beautiful park. Take a look at this, and make sure you watch the other video. I drove around the whole area here, really nice. And listen, sometimes, man, you just gotta go. You just gotta escape. There's a home that you can afford in your price range, and so we found this. In fact, they're not even here yet. They just sent me the money to pay the deposit for locking up the place. They arrive tomorrow on plane, and hey, they gonna hopefully be able to move in on Tuesday or Wednesday. So they didn't have to spend any time. They said, Cortez, take us to go look at some places, show us some videos. So we did some live video streaming while we were looking at the places, and they said, hey, we want this house. And so we paid the deposit. So the goal was to minimize the amount of time they were going to be stuck in the Airbnb or a hotel waiting. So so they get here tomorrow. They get here late tomorrow night. They're flying into Cancun, and they're flying into Cancun, and they got to take a 4-hour bus ride here from Cancun into Merida. So they'll get in late at night, and they'll be ready, hopefully, to move in on Tuesday or Wednesday. So it worked out quite well. As of this recording, this is Sunday. I'm recording this as of Sunday. You know, so you got some real options out here, folks. Talking to another family, played with some debt and got a lot of debt on hand, and you know, finance is stressing you out. It'll stress you out. And so, you know, when you can move to a place and your expenses are cut by 50%, it'll free you up. You know what I mean? They were like, well, we're planning to come out in, you know, maybe 4 or 5 years. And I'm like, well, if that debt is stressing you out, it's better to come now. I mean, just to think about how much money you can cut and save over the next 4 or 5 years that you're planning this, and you can move and your expenses, you know, cut in half. But, you know, especially the rent or the mortgage is going to be the biggest debt you got. And if you can trim that from, say, $1,200 to $600, that's an extra $600 a month in your pocket. You got a car note, you might not need no car, sell your car. Other folks have walked away from their cars, and they come here, there's no car payment they have because they're taking Uber. So you might have had a $500 or $600 a month car payment, another $200 a month insurance, so you're looking at $500, $700 a month. That's eliminated, and now your Uber bill might only be $150 a month to get around. Cheaper than the $500 to $700 you was paying. You know what I'm saying? So it's you got some options, yo. You got some serious options. You got options. You got big options. You just got to take it. You just got to pull the trigger. You got to have a plan. You can't just wing it. You need to think this thing through, and you just got to think it through. And anything can be done if you plan it. You know, a lot of folks, the ones that kind of get stuck and slip up are the ones that didn't plan. And so this is this neighborhood is very close to a plaza. There's a grocery store in the plaza, Chinese food in the plaza, a couple of restaurants. There's a Domino's Pizza. They're building a Wendy's in that plaza, coffee shops, laundromats, and a few other things. So you got access out here. I'm coming out here and get out of this sun, because this sun is baking. But let me turn this car on. You got options, man, but you got to exercise them. You got to pull the trigger at some point. Some of y'all have been planning for the last 3 and 4 years, trying to get everything just right. It ain't ever going to be all totally right. You know what I'm saying? You just got to pull that trigger at some point. You know, so that's that. Just wanted to share that with y'all. Hopefully, once they get settled in, I can get an interview in and talk to them and let them share their journey with y'all. But they are excited. They are excited. They are like, Cortez, find us a spot. We trust your decision and blah, blah, blah. So, hey, if y'all need help finding a place, reach out to me. If you'd like to hop on the phone and book a consult, let's talk. We'll get you on the schedule for a telephone consultation. Visit the site, moveabroadandthrive.com. And click on the consultation link. Join our VIP program. You can ask me all the questions you like in there, cheaper than the call. So thank y'all for watching. Appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.